Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Dom, and we're here to talk about unusual options activity. All right, disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. The statements made in this programming are solely the opinion of the show and are not a specific inducement to make an investment. One must perform their own due diligence and realize that all investments carry risk. There's no guarantee of profit. All right, so first one I want to talk about today is Blackstone. Now, if you don't know, this is an asset manager heavily into real estate here, so I'm a little skeptical. I like trading this one from the call or the put perspective. I actually do own a little bit of stock here as well, but it pays a nice dividend. And I'm kind of unsure about the direction in this one. But if we take a look at these May 5th expiration calls here, and we take a look, there was some nice volume here. You can see from the open interest that this stock does not trade a whole lot of options here. I don't really see this one crossing the tape when I do my volume scans here to look for how much volume and then go into the time and sales and see kind of what's going on. Dig into that volume a little bit more. So if you take a look here, we can see there's a bunch of calls trading here. People were coming in and buying these 92 strike calls, these 93 strike calls that expire this week, Friday. So about 4 days, 4 more trading days left for these calls to work here. And I think why they were buying these calls, I did not get into these calls partially because I have a stock position. Also, the chart looks kind of poor here. And also just because I'm very unsure about the direction with this one because they kind of exposed to the commercial real estate market and those stocks have just been really bad. So it's hard to trade those from the call side perspective. But I think what happened was First Republic went under uh, technically over the weekend. And I think people were betting here that Blackstone was going to go into the S&P 500. You can see that the stock is actually down after hours here about $1, it looks like. Yeah, down about actually over $1 after hours. About $1 after hours. You can see there was some nice volume here. Some people were coming in and buying these calls. Yeah, you can see here the after hours movement here down. There was some articles about Blackstone not going into the S&P 500. I think there was another name chosen. There's some other stocks down after hours on that news as well. You can see here, it kind of does look like we're forming a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here. So we have kind of the double bottom at this 80 level here, and we have this dip down lower. So it's kind of an inverse head and shoulders way I'm drawing that. So that is a positive for the stock here. But you can see we're below all these moving averages here. It's just a very well-defined downtrend. So this one I'm probably going to watch from the sidelines. Like I said, I do have a stock position in this one, so I do watch it anyway. But not all these trades that I see I take. So it's just something to keep in mind. So this is kind of more of an illustration, I suppose. But if you like the trade, if you like the chart, this is definitely one to look into. Next one I want to bring up is Disney. Now this is kind of another one here. We'll dig into the chart here in a second. But these calls are actually kind of intriguing. I did not get into these ones yet. I think they are let's see. Oops. Which ones are they? These ones here. The October 115 strike. You can see all this volume here. 8,300 contracts traded. Open interest of about 379. So I like to see that large volume to low open interest ratio. I also like to see that they're kind of buying some time here, so they're bullish on this stock long term. The stock is at about $102.20. 21 cents is where it closed. They're getting the 115 strike, so they're going out in time. They're bullish on this stock long term, and they're going out and they're buying far out of the money calls. So they expect this stock to be at 115 or higher by October. So those are two bullish things there. Obviously, like how I always say, I like the volume to the open interest ratio here for these calls. If you dig into the time and sales, you can see some of those calls. Most of those calls were purchased. Kind of the same chart pattern here. A lot of charts kind of have this inverse head and shoulders. This isn't quite as clean of one. We kind of see we made a bottom here, made a lower bottom here, and now we're making a higher bottom here. So you can kind of see that chart pattern there. Then there's obviously the regular head and shoulders that is a bullish or a bearish technical pattern. This inverse head and shoulders is bullish. So I do like that. You can see it's kind of the same chart as Blackstone, just kind of riding down these moving averages here. So we're kind of catching a falling knife. But I do kind of like this trade here. This is one I'm going to be looking into tomorrow for sure. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below. I'll try to help you guys out as much as I can. Share the knowledge I know. Make sure to smash that like button. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.